Hey guys, welcome back to Artaway, and for this one I'm just gonna be drawing a lip and actually a very nice smile. Let's see if you guys can figure out who it is. And in general, it will be kind of a good exercise to draw just kind of mouth and teeth. Let's try this out. Let's see if you guys can figure this one out. Oh, it is a female and she's got a really nice smile. Hopefully I can capture that. So right now I'm just sketching real light. This is again my trusted 2B mechanical pencil. Okay, so that's gonna be the upper lip. Let's see. This is kind of like at almost a 3/4 view, so there's a little bit. There will be a lot of kind of perspective on the lip. So right now I'm just kind of trying to get the outlines. Hopefully I can get it accurate. And the shading part will be fun, so I'm going to concentrate more on that, even if I do miss on the lightness. Okay, let's see. Here's the middle. Teeth. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have a problem with teeth. And I do, because what happens is if you draw too many, or if you draw in kind of like a little bit too much detail and a little bit too harsh, the teeth becomes really kind of creepy looking in the drawing. So usually they simplify a little bit, kind of leave it a little bit wider, tends to look a little bit better, because you end up shading too much on the teeth. Yeah, it looks kind of creepy. All right, let me see if I can fix the lightness here. All right, so that's gonna be my light little sketch. Let's go ahead and start shading, and I'm gonna start with the lip because that's gonna be kind of the darker part. And let's see. So I'm seeing this part as darkest. I'm just gonna give this an overall shade. And there's gonna be highlight right here, so I'm gonna leave that. So the dark part underneath here is always darker, right? Because it's tucking in. So you can go ahead and make this part darker, and then I'm just gonna smooth that out slightly. And then as it recedes, this part gets a little bit darker too, because it's really tight right here. Okay, so I'm gonna make that darker. So those are just some of the features of, of a lip. And you see that over and over again. All right, so here's the corner of the mouth right here. Here's the teeth, and here's the lower lip. So I'm gonna give this one shade, because the lip is supposed to be red, so in black and white it will be very dark. Okay, so the highlight's gonna be right here. So I'll just leave that, and then there's gonna be some highlight right here. So just give this one shade. And you see this kind of shading, it's kind of like, let's see, I can do it over here. Try to practice this kind of shading, like if you have a box right here, try to practice this kind of stuff, where you kind of learn how to stop where you want it to. So let's say I want to stop on that edge. It's very useful to be able to get that nice little edge right there. Very good way to shade. So when I'm doing this, I'm stopping right here, and of course it's not going to be all that accurate, right? I mean, it's close enough, and then you just come back in this direction. Now I'm hitting that a little bit harder, and it's going to give me a little bit darker edge right there. Kind of cleans it up. So those kind of hatch lines and shading direction is very useful. Okay, highlight. Slightly darker here because it's going to be tighter. Let's just get a cleaner line right there. This part's darker here, comes up, a little bit darker here as well. And then right here is a little bit darker. And this shading, hopefully, if you shade it correctly, you kind of get a nice shine to it, right, to the lip, which is so important. So hopefully I'll get some of that. So here's the highlight. I'll exaggerate this edge right here. That way I can get a little bit more contrast right here so that you can feel like there's a highlight here. Just like right here, if I exaggerate this edge, that way you can see this a little bit better. We want to draw accurately, but at the same time, we want to accentuate certain things. So this part right here is in shadow. Okay, so I'm turning my pencil so I can get a hard edge right there. Let's give this another shade right here, a little bit darker. This direction. Here's the highlight again. Let's make this a little bit darker. I think overall my lips are a little bit light. It could be a little bit darker overall. But let's just leave it like that. We can always come back in and make it darker. Highlight. Okay, so this is gonna be the corner. Okay, I'll extend out a little bit more so I can get more of the smile in. I mean, I'll shade around the face. But let's come back in here and let's draw in those teeth. So right here, here's the gum, and we'll draw in some of the gum. And the teeth right here is actually not very, the line there between the teeth is not that strong. I think that's the kind of creepy part. If you draw too hard of a line, then it gets really creepy, as if there's some kind of huge gap there. And right here, there's usually like a little corner here is a little bit darker. So right here, maybe underneath can be a little bit darker. So I'm going really light on this, just in case I make it too creepy. Here's the gum, triangular shape. So the gum gets a little bit darker in here, obviously. Okay, so this is a little bit off, but it's okay. Let's just keep going. So certain parts right here, like the canines, a little bit more angular. Come here. So that's it. A lot of perspective here. It's gonna be a little bit sharper. And then this part's gonna be dark. Actually, very dark. So this is pretty much inside the mouth. So we can hit that kind of hard. Okay, so these teeth right here could be a little bit darker. Since the whitest is gonna be here. So we can just give it a slight shade, very little. I'm just gonna give it very little. Again, I don't wanna go over. We can always make it darker, but it's always messy when we try to go lighter. I mean, we can just bring in an eraser. Okay, let's make this a little bit darker here. So I'm sticking with the 2B for now. So this part right here is dark. It's always dark here, this line, because it's actually a little bit, as this folds out, it kind of straightens up a little bit, so it catches a little bit more shadow. And then there's always a light right here, because this is a little point. Okay, so this part of the lip kind of blends in with the rest of the mouth. All right, let's see. I'm trying to take a look at it from afar. so I can see some of the major areas. This part's dark right here. This part's darker. Inside the mouth here, very dark. This could probably go a little bit darker as well. So yeah, this is almost like a second pass. I'm trying to get the roundness of the lip here. This inside a little bit darker right here. This inside edge as it rolls away. I should switch to a 6B, I mean a 4B. Well, let's just keep going with this. So the bottom row of teeth, I'm just gonna leave it a little bit dark like that. I don't think we want to see those too much, right? Because we have the top teeth already. Okay, so this is very dark. Yeah, let's try a 6B. There you go. Much better. So I'm squinting my eyes so I can see the major areas a little bit better. That's something you should be doing too when you're drawing. Just squint your eyes so you're only able to see the major forms, so we can get an overall shading, lighting of everything. Okay, so the gum right here can be a little bit darker now. Let's make these teeth a little bit darker as well. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, obviously, who it is. Let me go in and continue around it so we can get the feel of the smile a little bit more. So here's the middle. Here's the highlight. There's always highlight right here because it catches the light. Here's the nose up here. I won't draw the nose, but shading right here. This part is dark. And here's the cheek. Cheek right here is dark, right? Because it's rolling down right here. It's like a ball shape, like a little mound. This part, well, let's come down here. Underneath here, this part is always darker. Yeah, this might be kind of hard to see who it is. The lighting is pretty straight on, so again, it's a little boring as well. Here's the nose. Crosshatch. Okay, here's the corner. Let's draw this. This is important. So there's a line here, but it's not a line, right? I mean, it's a very sharp crease. So just kind of remember that. And that's why I'm going lightly on this, because I don't want to hit it too hard. Because I want to be able to shade it so that we can hopefully see more of the rolling feature of this, the crease. Of course, it fades out here. Hope you guys can see this. I know I'm going kind of light. It might not show up that well on the camera. Let's make this all a little bit darker here. Also trying to figure out how far to take this. How far out do I want to go? Okay, so let's move around. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much further out. I'll end up drawing the whole lower part of the face. So let's see, there's a highlight here. Here's the chin. Yeah, this is kind of strange drawing this way. Drawing the lip first and then go out. It's kind of creepy sometimes. Kind of looks like a Joker. Yeah, I think it's a little bit lower on the chin. All right, let's not go too far on this. Let's start looking like the Joker. I'm not sure what I'm doing. That's why I'm going so slow. Because normally if you're if I know what I'm doing, I'll go a little bit faster, or what is it that I'm trying to achieve. Right now it's just like I don't know how far to take it. And let's just go back to the lip then. All right. So I think overall it's an okay sketch. I'll switch to a 6B. I don't know if you can know who it is. It is Jessica Alba, of course, the very beautiful smile. And she does have a very unique smile. That's why I kind of chose her. Hopefully that you guys can actually recognize her. But then I don't think I've drawn it that accurately, at least. So, okay, so just some general things. This part's always dark. Again, it's rolling away. On the edge here, this is always darker here. So I'm just going through, and hopefully I can just kind of show you some of the features of a lip so that you can kind of have that burned into your mind. And when you're sketching or shading, you're like, okay, wait a minute, this is always dark, this is always darker here, there's always light here, and then this part is always tight because it's really hard crease right here. And then coming down, of course, the highlights, and this part's always dark. So I'm just going to exaggerate everything. Maybe I can take it up to another level, and hopefully I can get more of a shine to the lip. So highlight here, right? So I'm going to exaggerate areas around it, and I'll get a nice little glow. Maybe that's a little too much. Yeah, a little bit too hard. It's okay, I just dab it away, not a big deal. Okay, tighter here. This edge on the inside is always dark. Right here, it says again, rose away. The teeth here could be a little bit darker, the lower teeth. Okay, so now by making this darker, now we can see the upper teeth, which is what we want. Okay, let's make this a little darker, but it is also catching some light coming this direction too, so. Crease on the mouth, darker here. Okay, so maybe too much of a bounce light. I think that looks a little bit better. All right, so that's it for this lip. I might go in and, I don't know, maybe shading more around it, or I don't know, adding some more detail here and there. But overall, that is pretty much it. It's always hard to find a good stopping point, because you can really keep going and just, keep shading and adding more and more, so it never really ends. You just have to say enough is enough and just walk away. All right, so thanks for watching once again, and hope to see you guys soon. All right, see you guys later.